Hello, Lemon Nation. I'm Tara Setmayer, and this is the Setmayer Sound Off. Okay, so you may have noticed that Trump's little tariff tantrum is still ongoing, especially with him targeting China. And this whole thing is just wreaking havoc on our economy and hurting the very Americans that Trump claims to champion. And guys, it's only going to get worse. I've got news for you. But have you seen the clapback from China? Okay. I mean, look, I don't mean to be petty about all this, but I'm so here for it. These are terrible people, Trump and MAGA, and they all deserve the ridicule. Every freaking ounce of it. So you may have seen that China's internet influencers, they take no prisoners and no days off. They are dragging JD Vance and MAGA. I mean, dragging them. And it's glorious. They know that ridiculing Trump, Vance, and MAGA, how it just gets under their skin. They can't take it. And it contributes to this narrative that America is no longer being taken seriously on the world stage. I mean, who could blame them? They're using this as a method of attack. I would. Have you seen these memes?
姐妹，乡巴佬假发套，中国制造，质量可靠。姐妹，乡巴佬眼线笔，中国制造，质量可靠。
Look, Trump isn't exactly surrounded by the best people, okay? This isn't the Trump administration of 2017. Peter Navarro, Stephen Miller, Howard Lutnick, these people are grossly unserious, and the entire world knows it. Now, most economists, they agree that playing chicken with China probably isn't a good idea. China isn't exactly just some nobodies, okay? They're a huge economy, the world's second largest economy. They have a centrally controlled system that can absorb any economic pain and reroute their supply chains faster than you can say, made in America. This isn't gonna work. Now, while Trump thumps his chest and slaps tariffs on like he's, punishing a playground bully, China responds with surgical precision, targeting key American exports. They know what they're doing, especially in red states. And then they just wait for the political fallout for Trump. Now, a lot of economists have warned that this is not tough negotiation. This is reckless brinkmanship that risks jobs, spiking inflation, long-term damage to the U.S. global credibility. We're seeing it happen. You don't just bluff the dealer when the other side owns the casino. Trump knows a little something about that. Even China's state media is openly mocking Vance and MAGA and their clownish understanding of international trade policy. In a recent op-ed in Global Times, they called Trump's economic policy amateurish nationalism. And that was the diplomatic version. You see what they're doing on the internet. Not the highlighter. They see MAGA as easy opponents. Why? Because propaganda based on emotion seems to beat facts every time. And Trump is all bullshit all the time. Our enemies know this. Trump's not a businessman. He's a con man. He inherited his wealth and bankrupted casinos. Casinos. I will never stop reminding people of this. And now he's trying to bankrupt America and bankrupt the dreams of millions of working people here with his reckless policies. So let's be clear. Donald Trump is sabotaging the American economy. His tariff tantrum, it's hurting American workers, bankrupting small businesses, and making a mockery of our global standing. Now, I don't want to hear any of this bullshit about that this is part of some like strategic genius that, it's going to hurt now. We need to take our medicine now. It's only temporary. It's all for the greater good. It's going to work out in the long run. No, the fuck it's not. Maybe it will for his billionaire buddies, but it's damn sure not going to work for the benefit of any of us. Not for you, not for the working class, not for our small business owners, not for the country that Trump claims to put first, America. He's not going to bring manufacturing jobs like this overnight. It takes years to do it. He's bullshitting people. But I want to talk about the tariffs. So Trump's latest plan now is this 10% tariffs on all imports. That's bad enough. But 145% on China? That's not a trade strategy. That's economic sabotage wrapped up in a MAGA hat that was probably made in China. And who's going to pay for all this? We are. Tariffs are a tax on consumers. And you know who else? Our small businesses. From furniture owners to baby bag companies to auto parts companies to florists whose pots are made in China, to the UPS store owners along the Canadian border who rely on the business with Canada, to the tourism industry. Have you seen what's happening to Orlando and Disney? From the inns in Maine or along the border, it impacts everyone. Or how about our farmers, our soybean farmers? They're the perfect example. They just watched their exports evaporate overnight when China retaliated with its own tariffs the last time around. Same thing with pork exporters. Like farmers were literally plowing their crops under, the ones that they couldn't sell because of the tariffs. And then Trump's first term, right? They had to bail them all out with taxpayer money, which it was basically like using a socialist safety net for Trump's bad decisions and then turning around and calling it a win. Farmers right now, they're begging Trump to cut this shit out. Of course. Their family farms are at risk. They're about to lose their generations of their farms because of this shit. But here's the kicker. Tariffs have never worked. Let's go back to Smoot-Hawley, right? The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930, that's a little policy gem that helped basically collapse the global trade and deepen the Great Depression of the 30s. So this isn't new. It's an old failure being rebranded by a guy who thinks that history began when, I guess, he opened his Twitter account. He's the worst. So economists on the left, on the right, in the center, they all pretty much agree that Trump's tariffs are hurting our GDP, they'll increase prices and destroy jobs. Yet, he marches on, propped up by the cheerleading squad of MAGA loyalists who'd rather chant USA than read like a real economic report. The cognitive dissonance here is just something else. Because they know better. Wait, Peter Navarro's running our trade policy? No wonder. So while you're struggling to afford groceries, guess who's cashing in? Trump's economic chaos creates market volatility, and his billionaire allies, they're thriving off of it. Now, hedge funds, they've been betting on instability. Trump himself said back in 2012 he likes a bad market, he can buy things cheaper. But Trump's unpredictable policy moves, they cause swings in the stock market. And guess what else? If you know where the chaos is coming from, you can profit off of it. Let's not forget, Trump's cabinet is stacked with billionaires. There's like 13 or 14 of them, plus stupid frickin' Elon Musk. So collectively, their net worth is like, I don't know, $350 billion. Not exactly men of the people. And then, of course, there's the other cronies like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who we've heard just so happened to sell off a bunch of stocks before the market plummeted. Coincidence? Bullshit. According to news reports, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Republican from Georgia, disclosed that she'd purchased between tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stocks on April 8th and the 9th, the day before and the day of Donald Trump's announcement that he was pausing a sweeping set of global tariffs and a pivot that sent the stock market into a frenzy. And then it soared out of a sizable slump. Marjorie Taylor Greene bought between $21,000 and $315,000 in stocks that day, on those days. So the day before Trump's move, she also dumped between $50,000 and $100,000 in treasury bills. Now, this is all according to public disclosures, because when you're a member of Congress, you have to publicly disclose these things. So they're like not even hiding it. It kind of feels like, I don't know, insider trading by proxy. And you think Donald Trump gives a shit about your 401k? Have you looked at it lately? I've got news for you, he doesn't. Now, as you all know, I have my organization, the Seneca Project, and we're a content organization, and we just released an ad emphasizing this very point. Now, it's a play on the infamous they-them attack ad that Trump used against Kamala Harris, unfortunately very effectively, but we turned it around on him. Take a look.
Did you ever think when you voted for President Trump that things were going to cost you more?
I never thought I was going to lose this much money, this fast.
The president says he doesn't care.
Couldn't care less if they raise prices.
The Trump cabinet has more billionaires than any in history.
People are being laid off.
Double the number of job losses.
It's very hard to find a job right now.
Largest one-day gain in the history of the Bloomberg Billionaires Index.
I find that I do better in bad markets.
His stock soars 21%.
A small business like mine will be out of business before the end of the year.
VA cuts already taking a toll on veterans' health care. Social Security offices are being closed.
It's scary.
If you are big tech CEOs who gave big, you are glad you did that.
Largest tax cuts,
which go to the wealthiest 0.1%.
Everyone's lost how much money in their 401k and he's golfing?
Destroying people's lives for no reason.
He made $2.5 billion today and he made $900 million.
And now, Trump's attacking the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, again. Now, this is the guy responsible for keeping inflation under control and managing interest rates. Trump is fuming because he can't control Powell, because Powell has the audacity, the unmitigated gall to warn about how damaging Trump's economic moves are and will be. So what does Trump do? He threatens him. He wants to fire Powell so badly, just for doing his job independently. Well, here's the truth. Rule number one in politics, you don't mess with people's money. And Trump is robbing Americans blind under the guise of fake patriotism, no less. Well, do it for your country. What? Talk about gaslighting. Get the fuck out of here. So we're supposed to lose our businesses, our 401ks, lose our jobs, lose our livelihoods, our health. All of this for Trump? So here's my question to MAGA voters, especially the ones that are getting squeezed, losing their jobs, and watching costs rise. Is this finally enough? Is this what's going to break you away? Are you done being played? Or are you going to continue to let this man drive the economy into a ditch while you keep waving your red MAGA flags and your hats and they're all made in China? Like, woohoo, yeah, let's do it. Because I've got news for you. Trump doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about your jobs, your farms, your factories, your families, your bank accounts, your dreams. None of it. He cares about himself and the billionaires who bankroll this chaos. So wake up, America. There's nothing great about any of this. But the price of eggs, how's that going? All right, folks, that's it. That's this week's Setmayer Sound Off. Please like and subscribe to the Don Lemon Network. Please like and subscribe to the Seneca Project. And if you aren't following me on Substack, please check out my Substack, Uncompromised. And if you'd like to hear more from me, you can not only follow me on Substack, follow me on all the socials, and check out my streaming show with my Seneca Project co-founder, Michelle Kinney, The Stakes, every Thursday live at 7:30. And if you haven't yet, please check out the Seneca Project's ad, American Girl. We've been nominated for a prestigious Webby Award, and voting ends on April 17th at midnight, and we could really, really use your vote. So you can go to senecaproject.us and vote for us. That's it. See you guys next week.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.